Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today let's talk about Robert Kirkman screwing with our emotions. This is the cover reveal, the very last issue in 2018. This comes out in December, called The Powder Keg, issue 186. It's with Rick on the cover, and it seems like he's trying to protect the new governor, the governor of the Commonwealth community, from a gun-wielding madman who's wearing gloves that are very, very similar to gloves that Michonne has worn in previous issues. Now, although Michonne isn't dressed like this in the storyline, this could be symbolism. In the storyline right now, Michonne is pretty much in civilian clothing. I think the last we seen her, she was in dressed a little more, a little more accurate to her new job. Wasn't she dressed similar to a lawyer? I forget, to be honest. Anyway, it doesn't matter because this could be symbolism. This could be just misleading, and this isn't even Michonne. I mean, why would Michonne want to shoot the new governor unless something pops off? We do know Michonne has been being put in a really tight spot in the storyline, but as far as prediction-wise, this is coming after Rick dies on the TV show. He should be dead in what, November? It comes out in October. Yeah, Rick should be dead on the show in November sometime, I believe, the beginning of November. And this comes out in the very early on in December. So I think the first Wednesday in December. So this might be following that hype of Rick dying off in the show and then fans uncertain about his future in the comic. I'm going in that direction because it just seems a little odd to kill Rick off now. I know I say that every time Rick's death comes up, but just now seems a little odd. What happens? You kill Rick off in some type of way, protecting this new leader that we don't even like? I don't know. Something seems fishy there. So I do think this is a symbolic cover to just get fans excited and hyped. And it actually looks cool. I love the white background here. I'm digging this cover, even if Rick doesn't get killed and it's rather misleading. I'm digging that cover. Now, in 2018, they've been releasing a variant done by Bill. I can't pronounce his last name, but some Bill guy. He's an artist, and he does these covers that I really like. Sometimes. Negan has been revealed to be the final cover. Now, if you haven't seen them all together, I do have all of them, but this is the whole year of 2018. You get Rick Michonne, the governor, the governor OG, the original, Andrea, Carl, Alpha, Glenn, Maggie, Ezekiel, Princess, Jesus, and Negan. And I'm sure there's a lot of fans mad that certain characters aren't on here. Princess, I will say that the coloring here, it pops. I really like it, but why is she on a cover when Tyrese isn't? Or some other characters, the governor's on the cover, but he's one of few villains, main villains, that is. The governor, Alpha, Negan, everyone else is pretty much a good guy. I could see Glenn, Rick and Michonne, Andrea. My biggest thing was some of them just look odd. Like Carl looks totally off. I think Alpha's probably my favorite just based on the coloring and how it looks. The one thing that triggers the ever-loving shit out of me is the lettering. We are fans. We don't need to be told who these characters are. I don't understand why the names are on the cover. I don't understand why the names interrupt the artwork, especially on Negan. This is such an awesome piece. Negan, Andrea, Alpha. Because look, I slapped this together in Photoshop in like 2 seconds, right? You have Alpha, and this is how the cover looks. Well, I just messed it up. But this is how the cover looks. I slapped it together 2 seconds without the lettering on it. And you can even see where I just scribbled over the lettering. Look how much better that looks compared to this with the name on it. I don't know why, but that bothers me so much. Look how clean that looks. Imagine if this came out without the name on it. Oh my God. You hang them up. They're like artwork, but you just scribble the name on it and it just looks like trash. I'm sorry. I hate the name. Oh, God, it bothers me so much. How many other fans out there does that bother? You guys probably don't even care, but look at Andrea, for example. And again, I just took 10 seconds and scribbled her name out to give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about. Look at the art, just the art itself, and then you get the lettering. covering up the artwork. Oh my God, I might be the only one who that bothers that much, but it literally bothers us so much where the issue goes from I can hang it up and display it to where I don't even want to waste wall space hanging these up. They're cool in the collection, don't get me wrong, but the friggin' names bother me that much, and I don't understand. It's like, Anyway, Negan is on the December cover. Jesus is the November cover. I don't know if you spotted that because this wasn't released yet. Princess, I think Princess is coming out next. Ezekiel was the recent one. Princess is next, Jesus, and then Negan. So, anyhow, a couple other issues that were revealed. If you want the information, I'm going to cover some of these if you're interested in Skybound titles. But if you're interested in the date, it's December 5th. That's his name, Bill Psyche Whisk. I don't know. 32 pages, black and white, mature, $3.99, powder kegged. Once done, it can't be undone. So yeah, that's it for December for The Walking Dead. There's Evolution, Volume 2 trade paperback. When this was advertised, it kind of reminded me of The Thing, the movie, and I really want to check this out, and I can't believe it's already on Volume 2. I feel like that was just revealed or announced the other day, man. But anyway, Thief of Thieves, this is also for December 5th as well. Redneck, this is an issue that I started reading the first, maybe 8 issues or so. I got to get back into it to see if I want to continue with this story. It started out good. It got vampires in it and stuff. I know I got to check out this artist because I'm not even sure if I want to continue with it because I've seen some stuff where the artist was saying some nasty shit to fans and customers, which is insane. But I'm going to go and look at the context and make sure he's not being taken out of context. If he's not and he talks like that, I'm not even going to bother with Redneck. But again, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and go look at the full context. We got issue 5 of Outpost Zero. I have no idea what that is, but I do want to start checking out more of these Skybound titles. Issue 2 of Outer Darkness, and this is December, which means, or at least I think it would mean, November has issue 1, or maybe October or something like that. Maybe they're skipping, a month. Sometimes they do that with new issues. Issue 37 of Outcast. I might do a follow-up review covering what Outcast has been like the past so many issues. I do reviews in big chunks for Outcast. It's coming to the point where the story needs to start hitting, or I'm pretty much going to drop Outcast to go for Oblivion Song. That's number 10 cover right here. I got to review issue 7. That's going to come if you guys want to talk about that. Murder Falcon, I don't know much about this. It says, who's next to join the band? If they're going to defeat the Veldar, they're going to need someone to lay down a heavy beat. So there's Murder Falcon. This cover, I like this cover. Gasolina, I read the first 4 issues. I think I got like the first 7 issues or something. But I just stopped it and haven't had time to go back into it. But I really dig this cover. So I'm going to go back into it and check it out and see if it's something to stick with. Here's Birthright. And a new comic that had me dying. This is one I wanted to ask you guys about. I was dying when Skybound put out a trailer for this. It's hardcore, and let me read the description for you guys. This is friggin' hilarious. Let me know what you think. It says, from the creative minds of Robert Kirkman and Mark Silvestri. I was a little bummed out about it, though, because I was like, oh shit, Kirkman's doing a lot, but he's not the writer. I guess he just helped create the idea. That kind of bummed me out a little bit, but it says, imagine being able to take over the body of anyone on Earth in order to track down a rogue nuke or assassinate a dictator. Keep this in mind. Imagine being able to take over the body of anyone on Earth in order to track down a rogue nuke or assassinate a dictator. If you could take over anybody, why wouldn't you just take over the dictator and jump off a building? You know what I'm saying? If you could take over anybody, take over a body of the guy who has the nuke and just, bring the nuke back to the thing. Anyway, it says, not for Agent Drake and the hardcore program. They can turn anyone, your neighbor, your coworker, your spouse, into a human drone to get to targets normal soldiers can't. Again, if you can take over anyone, take over all your targets. Drake is the best soldier hardcore has to offer. Until he's stranded in a body with only 72 hours to discover who's hijacked the program. But who can you trust when your enemy can change their appearance as easy as someone changes a shirt? Andy Diggle, Thief of Thieves, loser, and wait, is this okay? That's explaining who's doing it. But yeah, that's explaining the story right here that drove me nuts. I gotta check out this title solely based on figuring out if you could take over anybody, how come you don't just take over, you know what I'm saying, the body of the person you want to assassinate? I don't understand that at all. Just become the person and jump off a building. Maybe the gimmick is, you know what, I'm starting to think about it now. If you could take over the body, if you die in the body, you die in the program, right? So that would make sense. That way, if you take over your target and kill yourself, you die too. That would help explain that. But then again, if you want to track down a nuke or something, just take over the body of the person who has the nuke. Unless they need to know who they're... See what I mean? There's so many questions. I got to pick this up just to see what this is all about. Anyway, this is a little bit of a comic announcement for December. We usually only cover The Walking Dead, but I'm really looking for good stories. So if you guys know of a real good story out there, if Evolution is great, that seems like it's something up my alley. If you're reading Gasolina, that's another one that I think I can get into. Oblivion Song, I'm really digging right now. Outcast is one I'm probably going to drop. Like I said, I've never been big into possession stories, so knowing that, or having Robert Kirkman hold my attention for at least a few years at this point, it definitely shows that this is a good story to check out. If you're interested in possession stories, you will probably really enjoy this. I can't hang in there because it had like this really cool, it's a possession, but it's so much different, and it's been years now, and we really haven't had any answers at all. Like, not at all. So I just can't hang in there for another 3 years or 4 years without getting any. I mean, something big and game-changing has to happen for me to, like, stay hooked for another portion of the story. That's how I feel. So put your thoughts and opinions in that comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn.